Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for the 8th of May 2015. The moon today in Capricorn and in the nakshatra of Purva Ashadha. The moon is inching closer to a conjunction with Pluto, which, as you may imagine, amounts to some pretty deep feelings and going to some pretty deep places inside yourself. Let's touch on that a little more in depth. I think first we need to get a grip on Purva Ashadha and understand that a little more deeply. Purva Ashadha is symbolized by a winnowing basket. Now, you may not know what that is. Some of you, I imagine, probably do, but it used to be used to gather grain, and they would take the grain and they would shake the grain back and forth inside of the winnowing basket in order to separate the wheat from the chaff, in order to get rid of the superficial external layer of the grain, which is indigestible, and leave the nutritious right part of the grain that's actually quite healthy. And with Purva Ashadha, there is very much a process of, well, for lack of a better way to put it, threshing. Okay, it's also connected with Apas, which is the water goddess, and it's cleansing, it's purifying, it's invigorating. And I like to describe the energy of Purva Ashadha as being related to the causal nature of the soul. Now, what do I mean by that? The causal nature of the soul is the soul in its natural state, attracting to itself the very people, experiences, things that it needs in order to prosper. Now, in our material-based existence, we put up layer upon layer of artifice in order to try to achieve this, that, and the other thing in the external world. And, well, ultimately, we reach a point in many instances where things just don't work and we're not being true to ourselves and we're not being real to ourselves. And there's very much the importance of being true, honest with yourself today. And there can be a tendency to become somewhat complacent within your emotions in connection to some of the results that you're likely beginning to see from efforts that you put out. And there's a sense of complacency. Your emotions get too involved. You become too sensually attached to it. And as a result, you may find yourself in a position of missing something that might have otherwise become apparent were you not trying to so deeply control a particular situation. Again, the whole concept of control is related to this. Basically, the way that this is coming about is the moon is in Purva Ashadha, which is ruled by Venus. And Venus is in Ardra Nakshatra, which is all about effort. And Ardra Nakshatra is ruled by Rahu, which is in Hasta. And Rahu and Hasta has a tendency to want to try to grasp onto things and control things. And Hasta is actually ruled by the moon. So there's a circuit being created between those three planets. And it's the Venusian side that is creating a little bit of the difficulties and making one become a little bit lazy rather than becoming aware. And again, thinking that it's more the external result rather than the internal purification that is important. What's the use of Vedic astrology? What's the use of all these lunar scopes that I'm giving you? It's not just to tell you that, well, you know, today is going to be a bad day or today is going to be a good day. It's about you understanding the energies and the forces at play and how to deal with those particular things. And today it's all about focusing awareness. It's the fifth lunar day of the dark half of the moon, also called Krishna Panchami. And there's a tendency with the particular energy today to become somewhat entranced or wrapped up in the senses or the emotions. The solar lunar yoga is sadhya, to be mastered. And that's also connected with Venus. And so it means if you want to try to to get somewhere, you're going to need to master the emotions. You're going to need to be in control of the senses. And why is this all happening? Well, with the process of Purva Ashadha, it's all about peeling away at layers of the ego, peeling away at the layers that we don in our external approach to the world. And probably inside of yourself, there's a whole energy going on of going, you know, I've been through this before, I've done all this before, and I really don't want to have to do it again. But you're putting up layer upon layer of armor in order to deal with the particular situation. Really, on a certain level, maybe that armor doesn't need to be there. Maybe it's safe to take it off. Maybe it's safe to be true to yourself. It's always safe to be true to yourself, of course. And the initiative comes from being able to be truer to yourself. So where the emotions are wrapped up, where you're looking at the potential of going, well, I might have to do this in order to achieve this, and I might have to act this way, and I might have to pretend like this. You know what? Just cut the BS, right? And you don't have to do that. All you have to do is be true to yourself and be honest with yourself. The best results will come in that manner. And, you know, while it may not be a day where you can achieve a lot and accomplish a lot, well, it is a day where you can make progress one step at a time. If you'd like to know a little bit more about how the astrological energies are impacting you personally, well, I do offer a vast range of astrological services that are available through the link further down on this video on the left. If you've closed that link down already, I don't really blame you. People always close those links. I do it myself when I go to other people's videos. But if you did, there's also a link down in the description area of this YouTube page. There's also a subscribe link in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page yet, I do recommend doing so that you can receive regular updates every time a new video is released. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for the 8th of May, 2015. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.